Hello guys, my name is Rani Hussein. I am part of the computer security class CYBR 322 with Professor Faisal Kaleem. Today I'm going to talk about the ins and outs of ransomware. Before I start, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that I'm not liable for any damages that could be caused using this demonstration. This video is only for educational purposes. What is ransomware? Ransomware is when attackers hold your data or device hostage until a ransom is paid. So you have to pay a certain amount of money for them to they can choose what amount of money it is. It could be $20, it could be um millions of dollars, but they hold the access. They won't let you have access to your data until you pay that certain amount of money they ask for. Usually when you do pay, they do give you your data back. They do give you access to your device back again, but sometimes they don't, and it depends on the attacker and what type of information they have, who they're attacking. These days attackers are getting pretty aggressive and pretty sophisticated. They some of them don't simply just give you back your data again. They do things like blackmailing. Attackers do blackmailing nowadays, which is basically um somebody doesn't pay the money because maybe they're trying to find another way to get their data back again, but they want to get the money. So either they're gonna blackmail them, say, oh, if you don't pay X amount of money, you will lose your data. I will put your data publicly. I will release your data to the public. I will sell on the black market. And for somebody who has important data, businesses, organizations, they do not want that. So they would pay the money. Um, or they also do something called big game hunting. Big game hunting attackers nowadays are less attacking individuals and just small like people, but more attacking organizations now and corporations. That is where the money is at. That's how they will get more money out of their attack. History of ransomware. Ransomware started in 1989 with the AIDS Trojan. Um, ransomware is not new. This is in 1989, it's 35 years ago. So the AIDS Trojan is this some guy named Joseph Pop. He was a Harvard educated biologist and he sent floppy disks through the mail. These floppy disks he said contained a questionnaire. The people that he sent these floppy disks to were attendees of a World Health Organization AIDS conference. So he said that these floppy disks contain a questionnaire for who was more likely to get AIDS. And when the floppy disk was used, it um installed a malware and basically asked people for $189 sent to Panama. Each person that got the floppy disk. So this didn't really work though. People cracked the encryption and they got their data back, but even if it did work, it really wouldn't have been that successful. He wouldn't have got a lot of money from it because number one, he wasted the money sending floppy disk through the mail to all those people. And number two, it's not easy to get money from Panama. Um, After this in 1989, ransomware got quiet. It got quiet. Nobody was really, it was basically on a hiatus. Um, Also, before I move on, Joseph Pop was named the father of ransomware because of what he did. He started this all was floppy disk and mail. Anyways, in the 2000s was the comeback of ransomware. Ransomware went on a hiatus. Nobody really did it until the 2000s. This is because in the 2000s, internet was a commodity. everybody had internet. It was in every household. Everybody had a computer. Most people had a computer, I should say. And this was a new scene for attackers to get into doing ransomware. A very popular ransomware attack in the 2000s was 2004 GP Code who did a massive ransomware attack. And then in the 2000s, we come into the 2000s, ransomware increases because of cryptocurrencies. Now, you might be thinking, what does cryptocurrencies have to do with ransomware? Well, cryptocurrencies is a great way for criminals, not just ransomware attackers, but many different criminals in different groups, a way for them to get money. This is how they get money because it is very hard to track. So ransomware, this is an easy and more safe, as in not getting caught. It's a better way for ransomware attackers not to get caught. So ransomware increases because of this. Then in the mid-2000s, attackers can attack more devices. Before they were just doing Microsoft devices, that was the most common one, but they started learning how to attack other devices, whether it was Android, Mac, Linux. They were getting to other devices and they were learning how to do it. Okay, and then in the late 2000s to the present, ransomware attacks get more dangerous. Now, when I say get more dangerous, as I said, people are just getting more sophisticated. Attackers are getting more sophisticated. They're going to big companies. They're not really attacking individual people that much. They're asking for more money. Now we'll get into this more into the video, but that is the history of ransomware, which I think gives a good idea of what ransomware also is a little bit more. Common types of ransomware. So I wrote, and I'm going to talk about 3 different types of common ransomware, but there is more ransomware. These are not the only 3. So the first one is crypto ransomware. Now, crypto ransomware is the most common. It is the most, probably the most simple one to explain as well. This is when attackers encrypt files and can only be accessed with a decryption key. So the attacker will encrypt the file, ask for a certain amount of money, let's say $300, and then say, you pay this money and I'll give you this the decryption key. That is the most common one. The second one is lockers. This is when attackers lock victims out of their devices. So when they lock them out, it brings up this message on the lock screen, and it says that they have to pay this certain amount of money, and it shows a timer sometimes. The timer is for, when does the timer, humans just get stressed. We just get more scared. We think that, oh, they're going to release our data, they're going to release our private information. We don't want that to happen, so they will pay more money. They will pay the money faster, and it shows more results to the attacker. The third one is ransomware as a service, RAAS. This is when a professional hacker gets paid to do all aspects of the attack. So the attack itself, asking for the ransom, receiving the ransom, and giving them access to the data they want back. The person does all that, and then when they do, they get a cut from the person that hired them. So the person that hired them gets most of the money, but the person who does the attack gets a little bit from it as well. Impact of ransomware. So ransomware can impact organizations very badly and very, very hard. First one, it will take a business a while to recover the systems, which will reduce their revenue or stop it. So when a business gets attacked, has malware installed into their systems, obviously it weakens the system. They have to fix it. They have to recover their systems, their business, and which will reduce their revenue. Their business slows down, they get less money, and sometimes when it's a small organization, they their business completely stops. Maybe forever, maybe for a little bit. Second is business reputation will not be the same after. You were vulnerable and you got attacked. So your data gets the data that you had was very vulnerable. It got to somebody else and it could have, even if you got it back, it could have got public or anything like that. So people lose trust in you. They don't see you the same. Organizations, individuals that work with your business don't see you the same anymore. The third is the loss of money if the ransom is paid. So as I said, ransom can be not that much money, and then sometimes it could be a lot of money. Usually when they're attacking big businesses, organizations, they will ask for a lot of money because they know that you most likely probably have the money to pay. So if you do pay, you lose money, and sometimes they don't give you your encryption, decryption key, or your data, access to your data again. The fourth one, if paid, does not mean you get access to your data. As I was saying, you may not get your access to your data again. You might pay the money, lose the money, and then not get access to your data. So you lost the money and you lost your data. So it can affect. Now these are not only the only ways that can affect an organization, but these are some of the ways that I'm talking about. Okay, next, should the organization pay the ransom if a ransom attack happens? FBI actually advised that you should not be paying the ransom. I believe that it causes more harm than good. So here are the reasons why you shouldn't pay the ransom. Number one, you could get penalties from the U.S. government. So there are criminals that are sanctioned by the U.S. government, the part of the U.S. government, the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, and they have these lists of criminals that are sanctioned. If you help these criminals, whether it's paying the ransom that they ask for, it is aiding the criminals, and you will be penalized. You will get in trouble for that. Even if you don't, well, I don't know, they didn't know they were on this list. I didn't know they were sanctioned. You will still get in trouble, unfortunately. Number two is if an organization pays, it shows attackers that their method of getting money works and puts more organizations in danger. So if you pay an attacker, the attacker, number one, could attack you again because they know, oh, well, this organization, well, this business, well, this person is gonna pay me again because I did it the first time, they're gonna do it. What's stopping me from doing a second time, and why is it not gonna work a second time? And also, or other organizations could get attacked. That person could go on to more organizations and attack other organizations, businesses, because you paid, and they have now confidence that what they're doing is working. If you don't pay, first of all, they probably will not attack you again because what's the point? I mean, it's probably not gonna work again. If it didn't work the first time, why is it gonna work a second time? And also, it puts more they wouldn't really go to other organizations. Maybe I'm not saying they wouldn't, but it could reduce them going to other organizations and doing the same thing. Third one is it could lead to a waste of money instead of getting access to your data device. As I said, you could lose money and not get your access to your device again, and it didn't help you. It will be better to find other ways where you can um figure out how to get your access, how to get access again. Um Instead of spending and paying a ransom. Uh, Next, examples of different ransomware attacks. So, CryptoLocker, which is, by the way, FBI did advise people not to pay the ransom, but they also said that there's some groups that you have to pay the ransom because it's really, 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 really difficult for you to get your data or access to your data any other way. And one of the groups is CryptoLocker. So CryptoLocker is a pretty popular group that does a lot of ransomware attacks. They did an attack particularly in 2013, which they attacked Microsoft computers, a lot of Microsoft computers, and um also attacked computers that had this that they infiltrated before, and they attacked them, and they managed for $100 to $300. Now, $100 to $300 is not a lot of money, but it's not a little bit of money as well. Um, some people paid the ransom and still didn't get their decryption key to access their data, and it's really hard to not to get your data without the decryption key that works that you get from them. Next one is Dharma. Dharma has been active since 2016. They sell ransomware to criminals that use them, and they follow the ransomware as a service model in their business. So they sell ransomware to criminals, and the criminals just use that ransomware malware to attack other people. Maze ransomware attacks. Maze is a group that they attack many different organizations around the globe, and they work with different groups and affiliated networks. So it's like this big network, I would say maybe like a web, and they pay other groups to help them get more victims. These are three groups that are not the only three. Obviously, there's many, many more, but these are three that I'm talking about. Next is the increase of ransomware attacks. So ransomware last year, and also 2022, like these past years have been increasing a crazy amount. So ransomware attacks in 2023 went up by 68%. 68% is a lot. The US made up half of the ransomware attacks in the 2024 threat down state of malware report by Malwarebytes. So the US, a lot of the malware attacks that go on around the world happen mostly in America. Attackers are getting better at what they do, going for more money. So not only that the ransomware attacks in 2023 went up, but the amount of money that ransom attackers are asking for, the ransom amount they're asking for, it also went up. And a group called Lockbit, which is this Russian group, attacked the Royal Mail and asked for $80 million. $80 million. They asked for $80 million, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot for a ransom. Then they're also attacking not Lockbit, but other ransomware attackers are now attacking multiple targets at the same time. That wasn't usually happening before, but now they are attacking multiple organizations, multiple business, multiple corporations, multiple people at the same time. How to protect yourself from ransomware. So here are 5 ways to protect yourself from ransomware. Again, these are not the only 5, but these are 5 that I'm talking about. Routinely backing up data, making sure that your data is backed up. It could really help if a ransom attack does happen, you will still have access to your data because you have another version of it somewhere else. Creating a plan for your security team to know what to do if it happens. So creating an incident response plan is great. Just in case a attack does happen, your organization, your business, your security team in your organization will know what to do and also how to recover from it after. Keeping your antivirus software up to date, that is very much needed. It is a great simple way to protect yourself. Not clicking suspicious links or email attachments. So letting the people inside your organization, your business, or you yourself to not click suspicious links or email attachments, because that is a way for malware to be installed inside your devices. And then the last one, Last but not least, not letting employees download software that isn't needed. So this is a way to do this is restricting user abilities. When you restrict user abilities, it doesn't let certain people download things that they aren't supposed to be downloaded. Okay, built-in ransomware protection on Windows. Windows has a ransomware protection. It works like the antivirus protection, which it doesn't let different apps it restricts different apps from changing files and folders. So here is I wish I did have in Windows. I would show you guys how to do it from in real time, but I don't have a Windows. I use a Mac, so here I'm just gonna explain from this article how to do it. Okay. So the ransomware protection on Windows, again, it restricts certain it restricts apps from changing files, basically. So what would you do first is you go onto your Windows security and you click this virus and threat protection right here. And then you scroll down and you should see somewhere that says ransomware protection. You will click that manage ransomware protection. You will click that right there. And then it should take you to this page that looks like this, ransomware protection. There's two parts that are important here: control folder access and ransomware data recovery. So on the first part, control folder access, it will be off. Okay, you have to turn this on yourself. You turn this on, and this is what protects right here it says. Let me zoom in real quick. Protects folders and files and memory areas on your device from unauthorized changes by unfriendly applications. Okay. Then here's ransomware data recovery. For this part, you need to be logged in and make sure you're logged into your OneDrive. This backs up data. So basically this backs up data. It makes sure that your data is backed up. So if it does happen and that you do you do get attacked, there's you can recover the files that they're holding. Okay. Let's go back to the PowerPoint real quick. Okay, in conclusion, ransomware has been here for a while and does not look like it's leaving. It looks like it's been better, like it's getting more sophisticated. The attackers are getting better at what they're doing, and it doesn't look like it's leaving or getting better anytime soon. So with that, with the increasing dangers, organizations and businesses and yourself as well need to cover all the bases when it comes to protecting yourselves. It's very dangerous out here. So not just the 5 ways that I showed you guys. I told you guys how to, but there are many other things to do to protect yourselves, and there's no time to be lazy, no time to be saving money or anything. Organizations should not be doing that, because any little thing could possibly 1% protect you from possibly getting attacked and saving your entire business. The third one is not recommended to pay. As I said, it's not recommended to pay. You should not be paying the ransom, but sometimes you have to. I understand that. But most of the time, almost all the time, you should not be paying the ransom. It's just not a good idea. It's not gonna help you. It's there. You can try your best to find other ways to get access again to your data and your device. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. I found this topic actually pretty interesting. I'm pretty new to security and learning about security, so learning about ransomware was pretty interesting for me, and I hope you guys found it interesting too. So yeah, bye guys.